Right, everyone, little Dan back again with another Fancast FIFA Greet. And this week, I've got Jordzz, super fan of Leicester City. How you going, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you, man? You good, yeah?
All good, all blessed, all ready for that next lockdown. Can't wait.
No, man. Tell you, here we go. One more month.
That's it. So, big win the other night against Leeds. Had so many players injured. Did you see that 4-1 win coming?
You know what, right? Before we get on to the result, I mean, like, I'm not even hating on Leeds fans. I'm glad they're back into the Prem. Fully deserve it. Fully deserve it. I mean, like, I think they've acquitted themselves quite well since they've come back into the league. Yeah, but I didn't see that win coming. But you know, you go ahead after 2-3 minutes, and you think, all right, then happy day. But you think immediately, well, would the opposition come back? Which obviously didn't. We went 2-0 up, and then obviously went 2-0 at half time. They come out 2-1, and you think, well, you know what I mean? You kind of like, you know, you step on an eggshell then. But you know, obviously, I think experience at that level just over a period of time just shone through. I think it was a deserved win. I mean, the 4-1 was flattering, but I think it was still a deserved win.
Do you not feel that sort of the way that Leeds is set up, and like what you said, they haven't got that Premier League experience yet with this squad of players, that they sort of played into your hands with the way they try and flood your opposition off?
Yeah,
And then
well,
obviously
you know,
played into your hands with how good you are on the counter.
well, this is it. I mean, you can only use a tool that's been given to you and play with the players that are at your disposal from a manager's point of view. I mean, and like, to be fair, Leeds are missing players as well. Just don't get twisted. They're missing players, but I mean, we're missing players, key players in the same area. I think that's probably the defining difference between the two teams. You know what I mean, like, you got Rodrigo, who's like their record signing, who's out. I mean, unfortunately, I think they've got COVID or something like that. But I mean, he's their main man. Yeah, their top striker, like top signing from the summer. He's out, but still, they've got a lot of strength. They've got Costa, who used to play for your lot, and we've got Bamford, who had a gilt-edged chance, left or right from Casper, that would have went in, but gladly went straight into his arms. But I mean, like you say, I mean, experience shone through. I mean, I think those fell well for the rest of the season. But I like I said, 4-1. I think the scoreline was a bit flattering. I mean, I would have been happy with 2-1. I would have been happy with that, but 4-1 in the manner as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm definitely happy with the result, seeing that.
So what's your early impressions on the man that I'm really liking, what I see over the moment, particularly in my fantasy team, Wesley Fofana?
Whereas, do you know what? It's like, the thing is with us, ever since we got promoted, like, say, well, even before we got promoted, it's like, say, a year or two before then, when we got players like Mahrez and we got players like basically these unknowns, we was like we kind of like Wolves, we buy these unknowns and that just seemed to have stellar seasons. I mean, like, you know, I didn't know who Ruben Neves was, and I was left with like Diallo. I mean, Tino, everyone knows that's a household name, but I mean, like, with Fofana, didn't really know about him, but he put in some work. He has put in some work. I mean, like him, for me, I'll give praise to him and James Justin. I mean, like, they've come in. I mean, we've got Ricardo Pereira out. You know what I mean? We've got like Sionchu. You know what I mean? John Evans. We've got big players out with experience. And these young guys who are, like, you know, not even 23, 24, are like doing the business. So I've got to give praise to them. But, you know, Fofana is definitely a good find. Definitely.
Yeah. Extremely impressive what I've seen of him so far. Going back to the game on Monday, like you already said, Soyuncu out, Johnny Evans was both out. So for him to be so assured and reliable in that back five with Justin to the right of him, Fuchs to the left, he just looks an absolutely shrewd shrine, and I think he'll be a serious player in years to come if he progresses the way that I'm seeing him play. So the next question is, what does James Maddison need to do to get back into this side? Because he's another player in my fantasy team that I need points from.
You know what? I was having this conversation with my friend of mine. He's not a Wolves fan, but just having this conversation. When it comes to Wolves and Leicester, we're kind of like, they're like a mirror image. In my opinion, like a mirror image. They're both ambitious clubs. I mean, let's go from like the top to the bottom. Ownership is great. You've got the Folsom. We've got the King Power. Ownership is great. We're financially safe, both teams. Then say you go down to the managers, both pretty young, ambitious managers. Then when you go down to the players, if you go for not exactly every single player, but like say key players, player for player. I mean, like you got Patricio Casper. Do you know what I mean? And you then say, let's go for position. So you got goalkeeper, you got Patricio Casper, very similar, good shot stoppers, very rarely make mistakes, and if they do, they're always make up sooner rather than later. So then you've got like hard defenders. I'm not sure who's one of your main defenders. I'm not sure.
You talk about sort of you look at yours and you'd say probably like Soyuncu is probably best.
Yeah, so Soyuncu say for us. So who would be like say your?
Well, for me personally, I'd go for Willy Boly.
Boly, there you go. So they're both strong, physical, mobile.
Both spines in the team are top 6 for me. We had a conversation on our podcast, which is out now this week, where we were discussing who's got the better squad overall between Wolves and Leicester, and it comes down to fine margins. And obviously, because it was a Wolves podcast, we were all going to choose Wolves. But it's a debate that Premier League fans across the country could easily have all day. I look at players like Tielemans in your midfield. I'd love Tielemans in our midfield.
Yeah.
You'd love Jimenez in your team next to Vardy,
yeah,
I'm sure.
And this is the point I was making to my friend earlier. And if I didn't, this is the point I'm making to you now. The teams are like a mirror. Right from the top, right down to the players. The ambition is there. So when you say you got the goalkeepers, you got Patricio Casper. Then you got to say, your go-to defender is Boly. My go-to defender is Soyuncu. Then midfield it gets a bit difficult because we've got a lot of playmakers. So I mean, like because you mentioned Maddison, we'll go for Maddison. You got someone like Ruben Neves. He can make something happen out of nothing. You know what I mean? Then when you go to attacking, I don't need to say anymore. You got Raul Jimenez. We've got Jamie Vardy. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. If you talk about, say, the strikers, who would you have in your team? I don't know. I mean, like, Jimenez they both offer something different from what the others. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I don't think Jimenez is a player who will just chase you.
I think both players could easily fit into both team systems quite effortlessly because I think they're both literally top quality strikers. Yeah. Vardy would be ideal for Wolves because of how good we are on the counter attack.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that I think he's obviously got the pace advantage over Raul.
Yeah, I
think like you said, I think Raul's probably got a bit more
more deadly
game. I think he could score. Well, to be honest, they both can score all types of varieties of goals, but I think Jimenez has got probably that link up and hold up play just maybe slightly better. But in today's game, pace is massive. So another question is, bearing in mind that you think both teams are similar, the fact this season you're in the Europa League and we're not, who's more likely to finish in the top 4?
Well, I'm not even sure, because apparently I heard a stat on a few days ago. We're actually better off points-wise now and then when we was in our championship winning season back in 2015-16. Now, the thing is, like, when we in that season, yes, we won the league and all that, but we had no distractions. I mean, at the end of the day, we had the luck of the gods with us. I wouldn't say it's luck. You can only beat what's put in front of you. We had the luck of the gods, you know what I mean? So it's like, this season now, you guys haven't got nothing in front of you. Maybe this is your season to have the luck of the gods. You just never know. But I mean, like, it's all about strength in depth. I mean, you see, everyone talks about the top 6, the big 6. And I'm not saying it just because I'm on this podcast now. I always do say, when you've got the big 6, when you've got the best of the rest, I'm not sure who's placed higher or lower, but it's always going to be, for me, it's going to be Leicester and Wolves. Always will be. You've got Leicester, Wolves, Southampton. But because obviously in this Wolves podcast, I'll be like, say, Leicester, Wolves, Leicester, whichever way you want to put it. Because the both teams offer you, they offer you different things, but they offer the same thing. That makes any sense, like, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, if we could be there or thereabouts, like come January, February, still in the Europa League, I mean, then I'll hold it up. But for you guys, you ain't in no Europa League, you're not in the Carabao Cup. All you got to do is worry about the FA Cup when it comes round and the league. So you've only got 2 competitions where we've got 3. You know what I mean? So if you're going out, I think it bodes well more for you to finish higher than us. But, fingers crossed we could finish higher than you.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you do well in the Europa League. I like the way Leicester play football. So bearing in mind, obviously, you can't really allow for what teams are going to drop out of the Champions League into the Europa. How far do you see Leicester going in that tournament this season?
Do you know, if we could get to the round of 16 and beyond, so that'd be fine for me. I mean, obviously, the greatest thing is obviously we've got Braga tomorrow night. If we could clear Braga, we've got a Braga double header. If we could clear the double header, then I think that pretty much puts us through to the next round of 32. I think it is, or just the next round. If we could clear that round, and like basically if we get to the round of 16, still intact, have pretty much the same core players, not many injuries, had some players come back by that time as well, then I think your standards in good stead. Round of 16, anything beyond that will be bonus. But if we could get there, then because obviously what you've got to think about is someone might say, well, why don't you look like quarterfinal, semi-final? And you know, why not? I mean, you guys went far, but you started way early. But the point I'm trying to make is, if we were to get to the round of 16, you're having Champions League dropouts. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, if we get there intact with good morale, good form, I'll be up for it definitely.
I think there's definitely elements of just get yourself in the hat in that last 16 because on your day you are capable of beating anyone.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right. So next thing is, as hopefully my continuing viewers have been watching, I've got a little thing called BFFs. It's not best friends forever. It's beer, fight, FIFA. So I'm going to give you 3 Leicester players from the past, and I want you to tell me who you'd have a beer with, who you'd fight, and who you'd have a game of FIFA with.
Oh God!
And this week the 3 players are Casey Keller, Muzzy, is it?
Muzzy
and Emil Eski.
Right. Well,
usually I try and pick a club legend. But if I'd went with Jamie Vardy, you're going for a drink with Jamie Vardy.
Oh, of course.
So those are your 3 this week.
Of course. Do you know what? I'm a gentleman, yeah? You choose which one I should go for. You choose and I'll give you the answer, man. So you choose. If it's your show, you choose and I'll give you the answer, man.
I think, well, there's no way I'm fighting Emil Eski. There's no way I'm fighting Emil Eski because he looks just a brute. So,
but you know what? I'll go for Emil Eski. I'll go for the fight. Do you know why I'll go for the fight with Emil Eski? Because way back in the day, obviously when Martin O'Neill was the man, obviously Brian Little's left. He's gone to the Villa. Then Noise locked down the road.
Yeah.
Right.
Share and then
then we had Martin O'Neill. That's when we had like the really good success. And apparently I'm not sure how many nicknames he had, but one of his nicknames, at least for Heskey, was Bruno.
Yep.
Do you know why I thought they called him Bruno?
I assume Frank.
Yeah. Do you know why they called him like Frank Britt? Do you know why they called him Bruno? It's not because of the likeness. It's not because of the likeness, by the way.
But I don't know, because his nose got broke that many times.
No. And then the reason why they called him Bruno, it must be like a training ground thing, but the reason why they called him Bruno, because he's always on the floor, he's always getting fouled. Obviously, Bruno was kind of getting knocked to the canvas in the boxing. So to be fair, I'm not a fighter, like, you know what I mean? I mean, but I'd like, I'll go a couple of a charity fight with Aldo Emil. You know what I mean? Give it a good, overhand right and see what I could do with that, man. You know what I'm saying? So, in terms of the BFF, I'll go for the fight with Emil Eski.
Yeah. So you're going to have a drink with Casey or Muzzy?
I'll have a drink with Casey because Casey kind of legendary goalkeeper. We've had some good goalkeepers over the year. Casey Keller, Everson, Schmeichel, Arpexad. But I mean, like, I play in goal myself. And like just to pick his brains and like I only played like 5-a-side, 7-a-side, but just to pick his brains and like say, what did you do and stuff. I mean, like, he left us to go to Tottenham. He was a USA international. He's got a wealth of knowledge. So, who better to have a drink with, kind of thing. So that's who I'd have a drink with, Casey Keller.
What do you think his tipple is? Do you think he's more of a Coors Light type of guy or a Budweiser?
Well, he's American, so I like to think he's into Budweiser. You know what I'm saying? So king of beers, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, man. For me, I like a JD, man. So I'm a JD man, on the rocks. So I'd like to say, yeah, Mr. Keller, bottoms up. You know what I mean? So yeah, a JD or a Budweiser, that'd be nice.
So yeah, by default, then you play Muzzy. Is it a FIFA? What was the first FIFA that you played?
The first FIFA, I'm showing my age. I played the first FIFA I ever played was the first FIFA International on the Sega Mega Drive.
Mega Drive, yeah.
Me and my brother, my older brother, we had Mega Drive way back then. We didn't have it when it first came out, but that's the game we had. And it was that long ago. It's like you didn't have the proper names. It's literally just like made up names. And like say you score a goal, you could press A, B, C on the Mega Drive, did a celebration and stuff. But that was actually the very first FIFA I played. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I got a lot of memories. Spent a lot of hours playing that game. A lot of hours.
So a bit of background that I've got on you was that you're a referee at goals in your spare time.
Yeah, I'm a referee at goals.
Do you ever have to chase after players around the pitch to book them like on the old game of FIFA?
Well, it's funny you say that. I won't go into too much detail. It's funny you say that, but basically, like on Sunday gone, I was refereeing down goals, and I cut a long story short, I actually made the wrong call. So I know this is going to be like live, and then people will see it. So I made the wrong call. Basically, someone scored a goal. You can't score in the air in our rules of five-a-side. Well, six-side and five-a-side. But I called the goal. Obviously, the defending team contested it. So I blew the whistle, pointed to the centre spot, goal. And obviously, one of the players, a few of the players from the defending team contested it. I was like saying, "Nah, it's a goal." This and that. I was like, "Nah, I ain't having it. It's a goal." But obviously, we shouldn't have stood because the attacking player went in the area. I called goal. Basically, what it is, one of the players got a bit, bit heavy in my ear and called me a couple of delightful names, which I won't mention on air. But you can imagine, you can use imagination. And at first it was a sin bit because all it was, he was using verbals on me, effing and blinded and this and that. So I said, mate, just take 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, you could come back on, play, refuse to leave. He started carrying on going, so I just said, see you later, mate. I had the rest of the game off. So I don't really like sin bidding people and sending off, but if you leave me no choice.
He was behaving like a Chris Brunt.
No, I couldn't even say Chris Brunt. I mean, he was behaving he's more like a Roy Keane. Stubborn, very stubborn.
I don't know what the metaphor. I was doing a play on words with Brunt. So what's the play on words of Keane that you've done there?
Right, he's just mad. I don't want to. The thing is, that situation is, it's like you could. If the player, I'm not saying I'm the greatest, but this is the thing. I made the mistake, and I apologise to the team. I couldn't reverse the decision because I've already made the call. You know what I mean? I apologise to the team, but the one player, the team was annoyed, but it's the one player who was being a bit verbal and stuff like that. So I was like saying, mate, just cool off, take 2 minutes. You know what I mean? And then obviously he threatened me with whatever. You know what I mean? So I said, mate, you could, see yourself off the pitch, don't come back on. And this was in the first 2-3 minutes of the game. You know what I mean? So all it was, I was executing martial law. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it was. But I mean, I like to let the games flow. You know what I mean, if I do have to sim bin and send it off, then it's unfortunate. That's what I have to do.
So the last question before we get into it: what's your score prediction for Sunday? Kick off 2 p.m. Sky Sports. What's it going to be from you?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll get to the score prediction in a sec. But this is what's happening on Sunday. Before leading up to the game, it's going to be it's now 1:30 Sunday afternoon. I'm going to start right here where I am now, ready for the game. I have a beer in hand, kit on, and I'll be in terms of score. We've always had a good game. We've always had in recent times.
Yeah, there've been chess matches to a degree.
Yeah. I mean, and you could correct me if I'm wrong and take out the Carabao Cup matches because I went to penalties and all of that. But I think we beat you on the season you came up.
Yeah,
our first home game, which was your second game.
We absolutely battered you that day.
You know what? The best thing is, I went to the Wolves game because I went to the Leicester game obviously with a couple of Wolves fans. So obviously I'm a Leicester fan, and everyone else in the car was Wolves fans. So obviously I sat in my end, and I sat behind the goal. Obviously like on the opposite end of the stadium from the away section, and like within the first, I'm not sure, did you get to the game?
Yeah.
So within the first, as you know, but let's assume you never went to the game. First 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes at most, you've hit the bar twice.
Yeah.
Or the post or the bar twice.
I think Martino hit the bar. I think Doherty had one cleared off the line, and then before we know it,
I sat behind the goal. I was wearing this top. And this is my special. I was thinking, it's gonna be one of them days. And obviously, fortunate for us and unfortunate for you, you scored the own goal. Then obviously Maddison scored. I'm not sure which way it went, but obviously that was like 2-0. Then I'm not sure if it's the same season, but we've had away at your place, you won us 4-3. Diogo dropped a hat-trick, was it?
Yep.
And then I think last season, it's last season, we've had a couple of draws with VAR in our favour. So I know that's left Wolves fans, because obviously me working at goals in Willenhall, I know quite a lot of Wolves fans, and I'm pretty much the only Leicester fan that these lot know. So when we play each other, it's always great banter. Like, so, you know, I mean, VAR, it saved us, pretty much it saved us. So when in score prediction, I don't know, you know. We're both going into the game. I wish we did this. I wish this was happening like after the Europa League game, because I could say, depending on what's happening after the Europa League, but if there's no Europa League and we're going straight into Sunday, I'll be thinking, well, I'll go 2-2. I'll be 2-2. I think that'll be it'll be close game. It won't be like a loads of goals. I mean, whether we win you or you win us, I don't think it'll be like a drubbing. I think it'll be a close game where it's a win, loss, or draw. I think it'll be decided by one goal. If it's going to be definitive, it might be like a 2-1, 1-0, 3-2. It might be just 2-2 like a draw. It'll be very close. It'll be a competitive game.
So the most important thing is, and why I do this in general, how do you think you're going to compare against me on FIFA right now? Do you play much? What's your reputation saying?
Well, I'd say the thing is now, I would say I'm adept at FIFA. I'm not the best. I'm not the worst. I mean, I'll have a go. Like, you know, I'm saying, I played to pass time, but with me not being at work for the next month, I've got a lot of time to practice. So let's put it this way: if you beat me now, then I got more than enough time to get up to scratch. Then I could get some revenge on you, and obviously vice versa.
I mean, that's the plan. I'm hoping to carry on doing this for the rest of the season. So when Leicester comes to Molyneux, I'll hopefully get you back on for the return.
No problem, man. No problem. I've been more than happy to jump on.
Right.
More than happy.
So let's go and have a quick game of FIFA. You're going to send the invite because Leicester are at home this weekend, and let's get to it.
Yeah, man. So we'll do this now. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this. All right. Just slide it
And
up.
as I say on every episode, you know it's serious when the glasses come out.
Oh, showtime. Look at that beautiful stadium.
KP, it's LD versus Jordzz. Leicester Wolves. Kick off Sunday at 2. Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
I'm Derek Ray here on the commentary position, joined by Lee Dixon. And every fan is full of hope on this particular day. I say that because it is the very first match of the new season. It's Leicester City versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Well, Derek, really can't wait for this one. Never gone head-to-head these two. Who's the strongest? Who has that special talent in their side? Should be a full one,
goodness me.
Sure.
Oh, come on, lads. Get in. Oh, stand up, play them up.
Teammates to play it to.
Sorry, fans there from King Casper. Son of a legend.
Offside. It's a good line, that is Ryan Aitnori.
Referee's off. Line offside.
Joking, what's that all about?
It's offside, man. Oh, I ain't complaining.
Castagna.
Yes.
Well, the term wily customer is often overused in football, but I do think it applies to Jamie Vardy. Lee, what do you expect to see from him in this game?
Well, when you're playing against the player, sometimes you're trying to look for what he's qualified.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yes. Phillips. 1-0.
Won't want that on Sunday.
I'll definitely have that on Sunday. Gone off. There you go, lads.
Intercepted.
Leicester counters on it at the moment.
In the wide area.
Offside.
He's on. Oh, ref, Mayer's on.
Oh, the little man's in. And he's only gone and equalised. It's LD. Little Daniel Podence.
Okay.
Celebrating with the fans there. Who knows when we'll see that again.
He gets through to the keeper. He just smashes it past him, gives him no chance to beat. Lovely finish.
So a level contest. 1-1.
It's gone a bit tense in here at the moment.
No, it is, man. It's a close game.
Gone a bit
It's like in
quiet.
real life.
It's with Ruben Neves.
That's offside. Come on, ref. No. Oh, my goodness
The
me.
Mexican sensation. Raul Jimenez. He's back again in the nets.
No.
Always coming. This counter-attacking Wolves are a joy to watch.
Okay. You've had your fun. Let's get down to business.
So there we have it. 2-1.
Nice.
Tielemans. Jamie Vardy now.
Oh, come on, buddy.
They just look so assured at the moment. Just playing it round at the back.
Oh, no, mate. It's just hard to get off, yeah?
Neto.
Ooh, hold on a minute.
Now with Raul
Oh,
Jimenez.
well. What did better there, Raul?
Vardy.
Oh, what are you doing, Jeremy? Get that back.
Retaining possession proving difficult.
Oh, he's
Here
looking
we
at the
go.
run he's got there. Oh, he was already celebrating.
I know. He's dipping like a chicken dipper.
I think Rui was a bit nervous then, but look, Wolves, what are you doing?
Really. Tielemans.
Oh, Rui.
Come in.
That's why he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Yeah. He's a bit
We're
of
playing this. Oh,
Sure nothing untoward happened. Morgan.
it's got to be. It is. More defending from Wolves.
yeah, man.
Can't let Vardy in the
Vardy.
box like that.
Box in the box.
And he had choices of what time to finish to.
Here we go. Desmond, 2-2.
Lovely goal.
Ruben Neves. Still level here, but the pressure escalating. The pass he had in mind.
Come on, boys.
Body in the way.
Oh, another counter is on here.
Referee.
Powdy with a lovely touch. Podence is in. He's in again. Oh, he's poor. It's poor.
Come on, lads. Settle down, lads. Settle down. Come on.
Oh, they're panicking, lads. They're panicking. Lovely here.
And Wolves in a position of menace.
Neto's hit one. Oh,
Miles wide. Miles
Nowhere
don't do all
near.
that, Augusta.
on the back of a new contract.
No, miles wide, man. Don't need to worry about those kind of weak attempts. Feeble.
Wolves are back again.
Come on, boys. Oof. Good call, Lino.
Oh,
Excellence. As a match official on myself, I could appreciate that call.
the pressure's on currently. This tense, that third goal could be key.
Tielemans. Timothy Castagne.
Come on.
Oh, we've got to take it off him there, Leander.
And moving the ball nicely.
Oh, ref, that's a foul.
Great tackle by Max Kilman
Yeah, wow.
there. Roll.
No.
Oh, Jimenez.
Can't be Wesley. No.
Come on, do it with me. Oh, Pedro Neto, new 5-year contract, puts Wolves 3-2 in front.
Okay.
Oh, it could be another here.
Possession's not a problem for Leicester. After that, it's been really disappointing. Players are looking at each other. You've got to take control. You've got to take responsibility yourself.
Penalty.
Oh, what a save! That's why he's one of the best in the world. Well, lads.
Jimenez. That's why so many teams are coveting this striker. One of the best in the world. The number 9. An absolutely cracking game for the neutral so far.
That's a great game. Just if we get back in it, at least one more before half time, that'd be great. Oh, no one there. Come, ref, it's time wasted. Half time.
So 4-2 then half time. Where'd you go? You ain't got Soyuncu to bring on. You ain't got Emeleski to bring on. No Ian Marshall. No Guppy. Who are you bringing on?
Oh man, I'll tell you what, right? I could do more of those players right now. I think I have to get
Pick
some
off
reinforcements.
Jamie Scowcroft, the legend.
No
of the past.
Scowcroft, no Stan Collymore, no Les Ferdinand, none of them players. Let me do you know what? Do you know I've got faith in my 11. I think I'll be right for now. I've got faith.
He's ready. He needs a big comeback.
This is why, man. This is why we're champions of England. Come on, lads. Show this like why we're champions.
1-time champions of England against the 3-time.
Once is enough, my friend.
You know, I'm on the back of a defeat and a draw. I might just stink this game out and get the win.
Oh, you're going to just play it safe. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, goodness, man.
Come on. Do it with me this time, please.
The finish. That was a great finish. I'll give you that.
I don't want to do it. You don't want to do it, boys.
The defence was non-existent. I mean, like, well, what? This been happening on, you know what I mean? Come on, lads.
Sky will be happy with this on Sunday if it's a 5-2.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Come on, lads, man. We need to get a foothold into this game. Come on.
Look at the way they're moving it around, and he's in here. Oh, he's rushed it out.
Man, use that speed. Use that Sheffield speed. Come on. Oh, come on.
Just we're so assured at the back.
Oh.
Never scoring past Rui from there.
Cody.
Ooh, got a Cody.
Dendonka. Jimenez. And a good-looking ball.
Oh, Podence, what you trying there, son?
Had it covered, mate. Had it covered.
Less than a flashy Daniel.
Mm.
I mean, 5-2, half an hour to go.
Oh, man,
Fabio Silva, the £35 million wonder kid's warming up.
Oh, come on, referee.
Volley. That's why he's better than Soyuncu in my eyes.
No. You're having a lucky day. No.
Ooh.
Oh,
Semedo wants to get on the act.
goals, man.
Wolves are electric.
Dennis Bryant. And scope for them to
Come on, get that.
Frustrations building from the home end. Wolves are now on the counter again.
Going space.
Oh.
Nelson Semedo.
Come on, ref.
We're going to bring on the wonder kid, and we're also going to bring on a Dharma Traore.
Oh, that's a big Adama. I've got a friend of mine who's a really big fan of his. Big Adama.
5-2.
Big Adama.
25 FIFA minutes left.
I know, man. Touch and go. It's one of those ones. If I score, game on. You score, it's game over.
Who's getting that 8th goal this evening, ladies and gents?
Oh.
And a throw in forthcoming.
Wolves are going to switch it. Keep it switching. Oh. Leicester pressing, but just not getting that fortunate touch on the ball at the moment. Oh, there's the touch.
He's in here.
Oh, come on, go!
It's another great save by Rui.
For this time, but previously he had work to do.
Oh, double bubble. Gets the ball in the end, but the first save he makes absolutely
Come on, ref.
And they are on the move again. Well, that's
Right,
to break
James.
the spirit of the attacker. Vardy.
Come on, get that!
We're now inside the final 20 minutes of the game.
Too long.
And the goal
Could they be
kick
comfortable? This is the Wolves fans are in raptures in the away end.
Oh, goodness me. It's terrible. This is terrible. Come on, lads, man. Let's at
Still
least get
looking
one
for
more.
a 6, though. Wolves are.
Rooney. Ruben Neves.
And he's in.
Oh,
Pass could be troublesome.
The wonder kid.
The
Oh,
referee correctly
Never!
decided to play advantage. Yeah, there's a free kick here.
fine on, ref. Never even touched him. Needs to get down the gym.
going to be shooting from there, Ruben.
Oh, come on, ref.
I mean, apart from that one goal in the first half, Cody's absolutely pocketed Jamie Vardy this evening.
Oh, he has my knees.
And is it? What's Willy Bolly doing there?
Keeper was never likely to be in trouble then.
Oh, Vardy's in.
Madison.
Kilman's across.
Chance for Vardy.
Yes! Jamie Vardy's
A
having a
glimmer of
party.
hope here.
Come on. Jamie Vardy. Come on, got one more. Let's make this result a bit more respectable, man.
That's going to be tense.
Dendoncker.
Look to play around now.
And the ball with Vardy.
Here's the Dharma. Fabio Silva.
What a
Oh!
save, Casper Schmeichel, the legend, offside. What a save. That's why I'm number one. What a save.
Fabio Silva will be disappointed with that.
That could be a
35
turning point.
million.
Tielemans.
Still chance for Leicester to get back in this.
Gray. Justin. Vardy.
Come on, ref.
With that, the attack.
No.
Oh, he's the new French kid, Ryan Aït-Nouri. Oh,
Really vital interception.
I think that's going to be it, Wolves.
Ruben Neves.
Keep the ball simple now.
In possession, Adama.
Oh,
Adama
no.
Traore.
What a
Oh,
save, Casper. Oh no.
Dendonka. Ooh.
Ah, miles wide.
Tielemans. I'm taking into account all the stoppages.
Oh, what are you doing?
To be added on.
Oh, look at this ref. Holding it up.
Ryan Ait Yuri. Wonderfully weighted pass. Not to be this time.
£35 million wonder kid.
Take back possession.
We'll have a go.
Off the bar.
The post, still alive.
Oh, man. That's
It's a great win for Wolves. 5-3 away. I'm back on a winning streak, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Jordzz, for coming on tonight. It's been a real pleasure playing with you, talking to you.
No problem.
Hopefully,
I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it.
Hopefully, I'll get you on for the return fixture. Good luck for Sunday, but not too much good luck.
Yeah,
Thanks
you
again,
too,
brother.
man. You too. Yeah,
Nice
man.
one. Take care, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.